Hello, everybody. This is Dr. J from Long Island, New York, where it's a pleasant spring day. And as far as Wall Street goes, we're closing out a pretty good month of March, the final week of trading. I think through Friday, my portfolio will be increased by about 8 to 10% for this month, which is pretty good. I had a pretty good month. February was another story, not a very good month, but January was gangbusters. So far for the first quarter, I'm liking what I see. I'm not liking the fundamentals with the banking crises and uh, all kinds of geopolitical tensions with China and Russia and so on. But, there's always a wall of worry, proverbial wall of worry to climb. And I think that's what we're talking about here. I wanted to share some biotechnology stocks that I'm in that have been making money for me and some that haven't. So let's talk biotech today. Let's get right down to work, as I don't have Professor Spike or Kamal with me today. So let's see what's going on. The market closed with very minor losses today. So that's not terrible. We could live with this. Let's see the home page of Yahoo Finance. S&P down 0.16, Dow likewise, NASDAQ less than 0.5%, and the Russell flat. Crude oil gained a little as gold and silver each up over 1%. The 10-year was up to 3.56 in yield, and Bitcoin was up 1.49%. So all in all, not a bad day considering the potential it had in the morning to be quite red. So let's take a look at our favorite index. It's actually not my favorite index, but the one I look at the most. It's got too many lines. Most of them are averages, moving averages. So the spiders are just yo-yoing around in what should be a descending channel, which I don't know what happened to it because it used to be a descending channel. Let me reset this. Clear drawings. Okay, so we have this descending channel going back from beginning of the year, actually, on the spiders. Let's take a look at it. And right about here. We'll get that parallelism in there as best we can. Okay, so we have this descending channel that it's been yo-yoing around in for the most part. It was traded slightly below, it's traded tiny bit above, and now it's trading just a tiny bit above the descending channel. But basically, we're in a short-term downtrend. I'm not convinced that we've busted free of it to the upside. But at the same time, we're not going down rapidly. So if we go down to the bottom end of this channel, let's say by sometime in May, middle of May, we would probably be at, that could take us pretty low, 335. And that would be in line with Professor Omar's forecast of 340. On the other hand, we have support at the 200, and that would take us to 200 is currently at 373. And assuming its same trajectory, let's say 375 would be support. So support at that 375 level, we've been talking about that for a while. The low that was put in here is at 375. Let me draw that low in. It also coincides with where the 200 will be in a little while. So it's actually 373. Just about where the 200 is. That's the next area of support for the SPYs. 20 points below where we are now, or about 5%. So to the downside, 5%. To the upside, the moon. I would very much like to take out the 814 high of 419. So let me draw in the resistance level that I consider key. Right in there, 431. It also is a pretty nice trading range with you between the 373 and the 432. And I suspect that's where we're going to be for a while. So we'll have to make money trading between the lines. And that means add to your winners and sell your losers. Don't stay with your losers. Use basic money management and you should be okay. I don't see a collapse here, although it is possible if we get down to that Professor Omar 340 level, or even all the way down here to Mike Wilson's 300 level. It is possible. I can see that happening like sometime in October if this trading range remains true, the down channel that I drew in. So it is possible that the pessimists will be correct. But for now, I'm thinking the 200 is excellent support. We're trading above it for a long time now. I suspect that will come in to play as key level of support. So watch the 200 for retest, probably somewhere around 375. I could see that weakness for now. That would be the slight downward bias that we have could take us to that 375 level. Okay, if by some chance we rally past 431, then it's time to go in with both hands. Is that the expression? Anyway, let's get to the bios that I want to talk about. This is one of them, ardx. I've been buying this one throughout the month of March, and I want you to know it's up 48% for the month of March alone. So this has been a very nice runner. I see it continuing to run. No reason to take anything off the table. In fact, I just added more. Well, I put in a buy order today. I don't know if I got it. Slightly below where it was. Slightly below where it closed, actually. So I'm not sure that I bought more today or not, but I did definitely buy more auph today. By the way, this is a very bullish chart. It's quite obvious that we're at an area of resistance right now. We closed above the 200. So we closed above a key level. Very, very bullish on ardx. Very, very bullish on Aurinia Pharmaceuticals, auph. This is one of my big winners for the year so far, up about 100% almost from the beginning of the year. I know MA, we haven't seen MA in a while, but MA has got a nice position in Arena, I believe. At least it used to. This one was rumored to be taken out at around $32 a share a while ago, and the deal never materialized. I don't know what broke it down, but the chart just collapsed, and now we're coming back strong. The chart looks excellent. I picked up some more today, and I've been picking up some more throughout the month of March. I've been adding to my Arena position. Actually been adding to my position earlier than that. So I've been adding since it hit bottom at about where was the bottom on this? About $5. Let's see, $4, 407. Wow. So it's more than doubled. So it's almost tripled off the bottom. All right, Arena, big buy signal. Very very bullish. Takeover rumors. It looks like it's definitely going to test the 200, 100 area, which is at about $13, $12.91. So look for a test of the resistance up around 13. With a break of that, I think we get a fill, a big gap that has to be filled right here at 1624, and I think it will be. So if it breaks 13, I think we'll see 16 very soon, right about there. And with the break of that, that means we're probably getting bought. My guess is we get bought for somewhere near that $32 level. So I'm very, very bullish. I have a big target on Arena Pharmaceuticals. Been buying it, and so far I'm very happy with its little run. What else is behaving nicely for me? Well, certainly not Sava. Sava's been a nasty little bio since the new year. What else did I write down? Arena. Let me just take a look. I actually don't remember. ARDX we looked at. Apels I put down, didn't I? I think I did. APLS. I don't own this one, but I'm thinking of opening a position in it. They're an eye company, and they have a drug for macular degeneration. It could practically be alone the only drug that's deemed efficacious for it. I don't know if it's a dry form or which form, wet, dry, I'm not sure. But it's supposed to be an excellent drug, and the chart is decent. It's consolidated off of a big jump to as high as $70. We've consolidated it at around $65. Might not be a bad idea to jump in right here. I'm thinking seriously about doing that. What else do I like in biotechnology? Let me think. ardx, Arena, not BCRX. There is one more that I've been liking. Well, let's take a look at GLGS. Another one I'm thinking of opening a position in. GLGS. Is that the symbol? Not sure what the symbol is. All right, let's take a look at Sava and see when we might consider getting back in. I'm almost out of Sava. Well, it's not true. I still have close to half my position. I would consider entering right about here. If it drops to the $16 level, it would be a very nice place to enter. You can nibble right now if you like, but it's going to be a while until you start getting numbers from the phase 3 Alzheimer's trials. So immediate catalyst, I don't see. Owning some is not a bad idea because this could pop at any time for any reason. So this is an interesting one, always has been one of my favorites. BCRX, that one I nearly out of. As the chart broke down, as it broke below, we're now trading below the 200. It's been a nightmare for shareholders. But at some point, it'll be a nibble, maybe with a break of the 200. It's time to consider getting back in if you got out like me. So that's one I'd keep an eye out on. Capricorn is one that I like. The chart is not so great on it, but I like the prospects for a Duchenne muscular dystrophy drug that would compete with the Sarepta drug. I believe they have a good drug. And usually, if you're a patient in the long run, that's all that really matters. So this is an interesting play. The gene editing stocks have been a disaster. And Talia made a little bit of a run and gave it all back and is now trading very near its lows, and one that probably should be avoided, although I still own it. I got rid of all my Beam. How to get rid of how to lighten up on some of the gene editing. As Beam is also treading near its bottom. CRISPR, I own the most of, but I'm not too happy with that either. It's not been performing really well. Also trading near the lows near its 52-week low. I think its 52-week low is 37 or 38. We're up from that, but not by a hell of a lot. So let's see if anybody showed up. I didn't advertise today, so I'm not sure that people found us, but we'll give it a look. Yeah, a few people. Besides, indubitably. Let me get out of the sharing mode. I'll leave it in, but not full screen. 49 degrees. Yeah, that's nice, Andrew. West Virginia sounds nice. Yeah, thank you, Andrew. ARDX has been one that's made me some money. I haven't cashed in any. In fact, I'm still adding. I'm not sure if I added today or not. Curtis might have been the one who alerted us to ARDX. I'm not sure. He wants us to look at PLX and AMRS. Well, we'll look at. All right, let's give it a look. PLX. PLX it is. I don't like the beta too much, but we'll look at it through the beta. PLX. APLX. 207 down 3 pennies. It's come down a ways. What candle am I looking at here? This is very confusing to me. Can't stand this beta. I'm going to look for the 1 year chart. It's come down from 220, it looks like. We had a recent run. Today is an ugly red candle. We broke the downward the downward channel that we've been in for about 3 weeks. So let me draw that. Let's see if I can use this beta. Not at all used to it, but I want to get a line. Let's do a channel. All right, so the first part of the channel. Oh, come on. I really don't know how to do this. Huh. That's not so good. I want the end to be right around here. All right, I'm not going to play with this. I'll have to look at the other browser. Web will play forever. Look at this browser for PLX. PLX. We're in the weekly. I don't want to be in the weekly. Daily. Okay, finally. Now let's draw a channel. There is no symbol for channel, but I can draw it by drawing 2 lines. So here's the downward channel that we had been in, roughly. And we're trading above it for the last two days. Yesterday was a great candle. Today we give back, but we finished about halfway down the green body of the green candle from the day before, which I actually like. So I think this is a good entry point. Breaking through that downward channel is a very healthy sign, with a target of the highs of the year, 221. So I like it for an entry point right now, and with a retest of 221, very likely. That's how it looks to me. Bullish. My call is bullish, very bullish. What was the other symbol? What was the other symbol that you asked? AMRS. All right, let's take a look at AMRS. Oh, Spike is with us. Hey, Spike.
Hey, how are you?
How long have you been sitting there?
It's a little while.
I'm sorry. My apologies.
Not a big deal. My class just ended.
So we were discussing some of the bios that I'm high on. ardx, auph. A couple that I didn't yet enter, apls and GL, I forget the symbol. GL
SLGS, that one?
SLGL.
What is it?
Skin company.
Oh, okay.
I think it's SL.
If you feel like in Dermatech, you might as well like this.
Yeah, Dermtech is another one we could look at. AMRS is another one I wanted to look at.
Okay.
So good. Let's look at a couple more. Do you have time?
Yeah.
I'll look at a couple more.
How's it going, Andrew and Curtis? Indubitably.
AMRS.
All right.
AMRS doesn't look quite as good as PLX off the chart, but it's worth taking a look at. It had this huge green candle back here on March 16th. It engulfed not only the day before, but the entire week before, maybe 2 weeks in a single candle.
Mm.
And that's
It set a floor.
needless to say, that's a kind of an impressive looking candle, and one that you would expect to get a little run off of. And we have gotten a little run with a little pullback. Maybe now is the time to get in, looking for a retest of, let's say, all the way up here, key candle at $1.92. A run to $1.92 would be a phenomenal run, but I think it's possible. At first, the chart did not look that interesting, but when I saw that candle, it perked me up. Off that one day, and the action following that one day, I think it's very playable. We're at resistance right now, the 50. With a break of that, we probably test that $1.92 level. It could really take off. So this is an interesting one to watch. Curtis is the one who brought our attention to ARDX.
I think we talked about it last week too, right?
What?
Didn't we discuss this last week?
This one?
No?
I don't think so. I don't remember.
Okay.
I wrote down one more bio, and I don't remember which one.
There's one over here called SLGS.
Okay. That's a dermatology company. That's LGL, I think it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay. So the chart is not that wonderful. The last few days have been rough. Red candles, and today yucky green candle. So it's consolidating off of its run up from the lows of 323. But it looks to me like it may have a ways to go. I would probably not rush to get into this one.
Yeah, exactly. Looks like a refill of the gap waiting to happen.
Yeah, I personally, not my kind of chart.
So did your friend Mike Wilson have anything to say that was interesting?
Was he on today?
They quoted him for something or other.
Just want to say hello. Enjoy your chart.
Okay.
What did he have to say?
I think he's just maintaining his general level of pessimism.
Yeah, we were looking at SPY before, and we did remark about Mike Wilson's level possibly being hit. I don't know what happens to my lines, but they go away quick. I had drawn the descending channel in and showed that in October sometime, if it stayed true to the descending channel, it could hit 300.
In October? That's a revolting development.
I mean, I don't think it's likely. 375 would.
I thought it would be whatever pain we were going to be going through would be over by the summer.
I think 375 is very likely, though. I think further weakness is very likely. So I do think that we're in for some further weakness to the 375 level. I could draw this a million different ways and get different results. But, this low of 389 is certainly very likely to be retested. If we stay true to, I drew this more narrow than the previous time. So to get to 380, 375 would take a lot longer. That would bring us out to the end of April.
I see.
Something like that. If it stays true to this channel, which it may, because it's trading in the channel and below the channel. not above it, the way I just drew it now. It's different than the previous channel that I drew. And you could argue that it's not much of a channel because half the candles are underneath it.
Right.
So, not the greatest little chart in the world, but it gives us an idea that we're still making lower highs consistently. You can see that at a glance. So to me, we're still in a short-term downtrend. Where it'll end, maybe 373, 375. 373, I think, was the 200. Let's say the 200 is at 392.24. So that's what
coalescing up in there. What's going on?
You can't see.
No, I can see it. I'm just saying. So all those averages are coalescing. Is that good news or bad news?
Where are they coalescing?
Right over in there. I mean, you're looking at the 200, the 50. They're all
the 200 and the 100 crossed. Right. That crossed.
Right, and we're still like playing with them. So there's nothing to ride down, is what I'm
50
saying.
crossed the 200 all the way back here in February. And the 100 crossed it right here sometime in March, I guess. So the 200 is, I don't know what this line is. Garbage? It's nothing. I don't know what it is. Let me clear drawings. Now you can see the averages. This is the 150. That faded, really peach looking one.
Mm-hmm.
And we have clear crossings of the 100 and the 50. And the 50 is above the 100, is above the 200, the way you want it to be. And all of them are basically pointing up, more or less. So that part is all good, but nevertheless, we're still trading with a series of lower highs going back to the beginning of the year, I guess. So let's see. Where's the first of these? Right here, 2/2/2023, February 2nd. We topped out there at 418. And since then, we have a series of lower highs.
Yes.
So we're in a 2-month downtrend. That's what it is. And I think this low of 380 is a good low, perhaps. Maybe that holds.
Right.
That from 313. If not, we're probably looking at these lows here from
70, sure.
from December at around 375, 376. But first, this is a key low at 380. So I think we're going to bottom at somewhere between 375, 380. I'm more optimistic than Professor Omar.
Okay.
I don't think
He's still calling 340, right?
I think he's saying 340.
So Andrew wants to know if you took any profit on Meta.
No, I did not. I'm letting all my NASDAQ winners ride, all my mega caps so far. I've cleaned house with getting rid of my losers. I've shrunken my portfolio from 48 stocks to about 38 stocks.
Really?
Yeah, and that's with adding a few. Like I didn't own ardx coming into March.
Right.
So the only stocks I took profit on are some of my losers that I had gains on, some of my recent losers.
Uh-huh.
But I didn't take anything off the table on Meta. I think Meta is good for 250. I don't know what it did today. It's down another $2 to 200. I think Meta, you got room to run. I didn't look at the chart lately. Looks a little toppy, up around 207.
Mm.
But today is a nice candle. Notice, very nice candle. Long bottom wick, hammer, whatever you want to call it. I like that candle. So we'll see what happens with Meta. I think Meta will turn it around. It's fallen below its steep recent trend, but I think it holds trend with the 174 low. I'm not saying it gets down there.
Mm-hmm.
Saying that I think we might draw this line in as a new potential new trend line. I only connected two hits, but I think you might see some more along this line as I see it resuming the uptrend. It's got to get past the 207 resistance level. Meta.
Right.
I mean, I don't like the company too much because of various factors, but I like the stock.
Fair enough.
You know what I'm saying? I like the stock. I like the chart. Not sure I love the company, and I'm not even sure about the fundamentals of the company, whether I like it or not. Nobody uses Facebook anymore. They all use Instagram, right? That's why it's making money. You got to be over 80 to use Facebook.
Well,
I don't even use it. I'm not old enough.
to plebeian for you.
I'm too old for TikTok, but too young for Facebook.
It's funny.
Yeah. Here's one that I've been putting excess money to work with JEPI. It pays a dividend the first of every month, about 1% roughly.
Okay.
And it's been holding its own. It's a narrow trading range, I think, from 50 to 62 for the last 52 weeks to 1 year. The high was up around here at about 61, 61, 62 figure. The low is right about here. The low at 49.92. Like I said, 50 to 62. Small trading range at the lower end of the channel. Lower end of the trading range, rather.
Yeah, like I said, if we end up having a decent enough summer.
And they only invest in quality companies. They write covered calls, so your upside is limited, but you get a pretty nice dividend. Your downside is also limited, as you can see.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I like this. It's a boring ticker, but I like it. Sometimes boring is good. And you want exciting, you go into something like Bitcoin.
Bitcoin is not exciting. It's hot. It's all heartache, not excitement.
Well, it was exciting when it went from 19 to 29,000 recently. And GBTC made a similar move from recent lows of 10. It hit as high as 17. So it made a similar kind of move proportionately. This sells at a big discount to Bitcoin, which is interesting. They charge a fee though. Instead of giving you 1% a year, they take about 2% a year. There's a fee.
Those are ETFs for you.
Chewy, I've been getting rid of, slowly divesting. I went into it. It was a definite mistake, and I'm correcting it, taking a loss on Chewy. Any other symbol people were interested in?
Not really, not at this point. That was, I was, I was looking at, 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 I was l
I was just going to ask you about Kathy's arc.
About who?
Kathy's arc.
ARKK?
Yeah.
I like Kathy.
Well, you haven't been complimentary to her the last couple of weeks.
I really like her. I mean, she's 67 years old and she's got it all together. She doesn't look a bit over 50.
Right.
I
It's
think
true.
I think she's, well, maybe it's the makeup. I don't know. She's had a nice run with this stock, with this ETF. Just 2 weeks ago, it was 34.81. It's up 10% from there. It topped out here with a bearish engulfing at 40.45. I think it's a bearish engulfing. It's very close. I'm not sure, but it appears to be. Maybe not.
I don't know. I'm just gonna stay with it forever, and hopefully in 15 years up.
We're sitting at the 100, and we're within the trading range of the last few months. So I think it'll be good. And you know, like she says, 5 years you'll be a happy person.
Right. I'll be glad I had it.
Yeah, I believe her.
Nate wants to do GDX before we head out.
Which one?
GDX.
Gold?
Is that what that is?
Gold miners. Oh, beautiful run. Gold and Bitcoin. Both running.
I haven't been looking at my gold because I just want to leave it alone.
Buy GLD, GDX, anything Bitcoin, anything gold. They've both been running. Why not? Join the Momo. You got your winners. Stay with it. I'm staying with my winners, getting rid of my losers, and that's the way I'm playing it. I'm looking to put myself in a position to maximize a potential future run. I don't know what the hell is going to make
Yeah,
the market,
having dry powder would probably be a very wise move.
but I don't know what the hell is going to make the market run. Everything looks so negative. But,
Well, maybe an end to the war in Ukraine.
but nevertheless, the charts are not that terrible. Even though it could go down, I think my 375 is good. I think that's good.
Okay.
All right, so that's it
I'm
for
with you.
today. Thanks for coming, Professor Spike. Sorry I didn't catch you.
No, it's fine. See you all on Thursday.
See you all. Thanks, Nate. Thanks, Curtis. Thanks, Andrew. Thanks, indubitably, everybody. Bye.
Bye-bye, all.